Papa Joe's Garage here. Let's get going.
What's going on, everyone? Papa Joe's Garage here. We're going to be doing a quick video on brake and rotor and bearing replacement on a 2000 Ford Ranger, two-wheel drive. If you're an AutoZone fan, it's a V6 flex fuel, and it's going to be a quick video, so I'll try to hit all the points. And I want to add that there are so many different options, whereas it's either the ABS or four-wheel drive, everything. There's just a lot of options that Ford has for all their trucks, not just the Ranger. So it made it very difficult to source and pick the right bearings and the rotors. So keep that in mind. This isn't for everyone's truck, but it's general same idea. Mine doesn't have any ABS. I couldn't find, the one that I ended up getting was for a two-wheel ABS, but there's no ABS sensors up front or in the rear. So what that's about, I don't know. Anyways, let's get started. I'll show you what you need to do the job. If that's all you need, you'll be on your way. Appreciate you stopping by. So let's get going. So here's everything you need. Pause it if you need to. You're gonna need your rotor, brake pads, bearings, and the wheel seal. Make sure you order the wheel seal because I did not have that in my kit. You're gonna need a ratchet, some pliers, a C-clamp or equivalent, flathead, some extensions, and your sockets. And grease. Do not forget the grease. And you want to make sure that you find you some high temp grease also. And of course you'll need the new clips, should be in the kit with it. The socket sizes are 1 1/8, a 19 for the lug nuts, a 13mm, 14 or 15mm also. And in total, if you're not recording, this should take no less than an hour. Just make sure you use jack stands and do it safely. Let's get going. Alright, so here we go. Going to be taking off the lug nuts, setting everything off to the side. Going to start with a 13 to get the brake caliper bolts off. And I just tucked it up back there. Yeah, you can see they're pretty wore out. And I believe this was a 14mm, maybe a 15.
She just said be quiet.
No, it's just temporary. Ranger is forever. Yeah, they were on there really tight.
Sorry.
Had to hammer. Sorry, Bailey. I would recommend buying some new caps just to be safe. I kind of mangled mine up. Same with the cotter key, just in case. I don't live in the Rust Belt, so I don't have to worry about it too much. And those bolts were factory, not very tight, so do with that what you will. And here's the bearing. It doesn't look that bad, but there's had a decent amount of play. And I'm also taking off the dust shield. I think it was either an 8mm. You don't need to take it off, but I do not want it on there, so I just took it off and then spruced it up with a nice spray of brake clean. And then what I'm going to do here is fill up my hand with some grease and try to squish it inside the bearing before I get that going. And hey, you. Yeah, you. Get your mind out of the gutter. You got to put grease on the shaft. Maybe not like I did, but still. Make sure you get it all nice and in there. And then the seal on the back, I want to tap it in good. You could have used some wood just in case, but I used dead blow instead. And you want to make sure it seats up there nice and get the outside bearing nice and packed full. Don't forget all your parts. And twist her on. Now it's 1 1/8 for that nut. And the one thing that I did is you tighten it tight all the way down so that it gets a good seal on the back. Then you back it off and then just go a smidgen past tight. You don't want it too tight so that it overheats, but you don't want it too loose so that it has play, obviously. And then just reverse everything you did. Like I said, I'm lucky I don't live in the Rust Belt, so all this was pretty easy and straightforward. These clips can be kind of a pain in the ass, so keep that in mind, be patient, and put them in the correct way. putting in the new pads. They're from the Napa Special. So I'm going to be compressing it with my C-clamp. I could kind of get it to move with my hands, but I couldn't get it all the way, so I had to use my C-clamp. And watch your face. As you saw, the clips might fly off very fast. And bada bing, bada boom. Throw the wheel back on. She's tight. No more wiggle. Thanks for watching.